Do you remember back in the day when we got caught cheating? We were trying to do the clickers for the question or for the questions and lectures. So back when we were in Grenada on the island, we had to go into lecture, and each year it gets progressively more pointless to go into lecture. It's less helpful to you, and you just don't care as much.
Plus, all the freaking professors speak like gibberish.
They speak gibberish, and like, it's nothing against teaching. It's just they taught poorly, and it was these very complicated subjects that you can't just breeze through in a presentation over an hour. You have to like really go through it.
Who was that one professor that was like he was some like African professor.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I didn't hear a single word. Yeah. No one listened. You can't. You would be hurting yourself if you listened.
I didn't understand a single word, man. My ears would be bleeding.
So it's just not worth it. So the bottom line, every single student, even students who are like good students, are trying to do anything besides listen. So everyone tries to get around it, right? Well, we went the full 9 yards and fucking we're like, all right, we have to do these attendance clicker checks at the beginning and end of each lecture. So we just give it to one person, have them click in for like 4 people, and then we switch out, who's that person. And it was working for a while. They do random clicker checks. So we just like try to get the inside scoop, make sure, we were set, that they weren't going to have a clicker check that day. And we did our best. But one day we paid the Pied Piper.
One fateful Thursday.
Was it a Thursday?
Yeah, that was my day to go.
Oh yeah, so the lucky person is the one who's got the clickers with them and clicks in for everybody, because he's in there to sign out with his clicker. Everyone else who isn't able to sign out gets fucked. So Ken is the lucky one, drew the good straw, and he was chill.
Thursday was my day, so I went in, I clicked for everyone. The funny thing is, someone messaged me that like, hey, there might be a clicker check, but my phone wasn't with me.
Oh, you fucker.
It was in my backpack or something. So I didn't see the message.
You asshole. That's literally your only job.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But like that, to be fair, like people said that the week before as well, and nothing happened.
Hey man, we have to come through on all false alarms. Otherwise, what's the point?
There was a lot of like, false flags and whatever. But yeah, that happened to be the day.
Bro. Yeah, so we got fucked. So we got 5% of our grade off, and then if it ever happened again, I think like there was very serious circumstances. But so 5% of our total grade, and I think if we got under some percent, like 70% for our total, that you fail, right? And you have to repeat the term. So I mean, I already am working my ass off to try to get my grades high enough to pass, and now I get 5% of my grade off. I'm like, oh fuck. And then they bring you in. So they bring you into this, speaking of interviews and like shitting the bed. They bring you in, you're surrounded by 4 of the like top like head professors at the place, and they sit you in the middle of this fucking table with them surrounding you, and they're like, so why did you do it? Why did you do it? Like as if I fucking like pressed the nuclear bomb code or something. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, here's the thing, I'm pretty good under pressure, but my heart is fucking pumping, son. I'm absolutely, and I heard beforehand that they ask you who clicked for you.
Yeah. So
they're gonna ask me to throw Ken under the fucking bus and to reveal my partners who were in this thing too.
Yeah.
And they go, so why did you do it? I'm like, well, to be honest, I don't study very well. I can't listen very well when I'm in class there, and I just don't get the information. So it's better if I am not doing it and I'm doing my own thing. I put my headphones in and I study elsewhere. I study. And they're like, oh, okay, all right.
Wait, don't they say like, someone else told me that one of their questions was, how do you know that you don't do well in lecture?
Yeah, they asked me all those types of questions, and I had to keep coming up with stuff. But I just answered it honestly, because I'm like, look, I just don't learn that much. Like I've tried, and I've done worse, and I'm doing this, and they're like, okay, and they keep asking more detailed questions.
Your lectures are not good.
And I pretty much the only thing I lied about or tried to avoid was your lectures kind of suck ass. So I didn't want to like offend them too hard. But then they're like, okay. So who clicked in for you? And you want to know what I said? I'm like, I don't want to tell you. They're like, okay. you don't want to tell us. I'm like, no, I don't. I really don't want to tell you. And they're like, well, you realize that your friend, whoever it was, clicked in for you and they broke the code too. And you admit that you broke the rules, right? I'm like, yeah, I broke the rules. And they're like, so your friend broke the rules too? And I'm like, yeah, my friend broke the rules too. They're like, so you have to reveal your friend. I'm like, I'm not going to reveal my friend. They did a full Patrick, is this your wallet from SpongeBob to me. And I'm like, that's not my wallet.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And then they did that like a couple times. And then at some point, you know, the guy's just like, okay, sounds good. I just like got away with it. I'm like,
They
all
don't
right.
believe in your code, bro.
And so you were chilling, yeah.
It's
And
such a